You are listening to the For Flourishing's Sake podcast by Frederica Roberts. Hello and welcome to episode 3 of the For Flourishing's Sake podcast. Today I have a wonderful special guest for you. This lady is someone I met when I presented at the International Positive Psychology Association World Congress in Melbourne earlier in the summer. And this lady describes herself as a pracademic. You'll have to find out more about that in her brief tip today. So she's focusing on something really important in positive psychology and positive education, which is positive relationships, making a positive difference in other people's lives, which touches into subjects such as altruism and kindness and the importance of connection. So do check her out as well. I've put some information about her in the description of today's podcast, which you'll find at forflourishingsake.com if you're not listening via the website. Listen to what the wonderful Louise Tidmand has to say, and as usual, do get in touch if you have any comments.
So hello, I'm Louise Tidmand and I'm from Denmark. I'm actually a teacher, has been for 15 years. Then I went into educational psychology and now I'm a researcher. So I call myself a pracademic, being a practitioner and an academic. So what can you do, Monday morning during the week with whatever class you might teach? Well, there's a lot of things you can do to cultivate that flourishing classroom environment. And one of the exercises that I've actually done with a lot of my classes, and it's also in my book, My Happy Book at School, is that what you can do is really in order to make us all feel like we make a difference in other people's lives. This is a crucial element that has a positive effect on our well-being and our flourishing, is to actually have the kids in the class make up posters, and on the one poster you can write things we can say to each other in order to make a positive difference, and the other poster would say things we can do in order to make a positive difference. And then all the kids in the class can write a sentence, something you can say, and you can actually put it up on the poster with a post-it note or however you want to do it, and little things we can do. And just some examples from my 4th grade class was all from like saying hi, say good morning, to actually say if somebody is sitting alone, do you want to join us? Do you want to be part of whatever we are going to do in recess or whatever? And things you can do can be everything from you can hold the door, you can pick up somebody's pencil if they drop it, little things like that. And so this way the kids will actually have ownership to these little actions and these little phrases you can say. And as you move along, you can change it. As the kids grow, it will be other things they'd want to say to each other, other little actions that they can do. So you can actually start this with your kindergarten class, your 1st graders, and then take that tradition with you and carry it onto whatever grade you might be teaching. So this is one little thing that you can do. And another thing is to actually do it with your colleagues. So have those 2 posters, do it whenever you have a team meeting or some kind of meeting where you have all the teachers come together. And this is a nice exercise. So we can all choose in the morning one action we will do or one sentence that we will say to someone during the day. And in the classroom, whenever going to recess, just remind the kids to pick one action they'll do during recess and one thing they'll say during recess or during the day. And my experience with this is actually seeing how we foster a culture where we build relationships based on doing positive differences or making a positive difference. So it contributes to the we of the class, as well as it contributes to the individual well-being, because it's so important to every individual to be seen and heard and to have that feeling of making a positive difference in somebody else's life. So Hope you enjoy it, and I'd love to hear your experience with this exercise. You are so welcome to contact me. We have a webpage called strength.academy, and there you can also have a look at some of our materials, some of our books that we now publish in English, with lots of very tangible tools and actions and exercises that you can do with your students. So have a wonderful week.
Thank you for tuning in to the For Flourishing's Sake podcast. I hope you've enjoyed this episode, and I'd be really grateful if you'd spread the word. If you'd like to get in touch with questions or comments, or to contribute to a future episode, please go to forflourishingsake.com, where you'll find all my contact details. And there you'll also be able to leave individual comments on specific episodes. I look forward to hearing from you.